Yeah, what's going on, good people of YouTube? That boy Treezy here. Welcome to another episode of, well, the episodes have really got no name. It's just, GTA Online Racing with that boy Treezy. Now, this is the third video. We're looking at these new created races from users, some including myself. This is from a random. Now, as I've said in previous videos, sometimes it can be hard to get your map played. I only managed to get in random races by joining races through the quick race option. Obviously, if I go to a specific point on the map, or if it's voting for a race after a race, you're not going to get into these user ones unless they've been verified by Rockstar. So, got landed in this one by whatever the guy's game tag was. I couldn't even read it on my screen. I think it was Clambell1 or something like that. I didn't know the guy, obviously, and as you saw in the warnings, in the descriptions of the race to begin with, he's saying, it's for highly skilled racers, you're jumping in and out of the army base, you're gonna have 4 stars on you the whole time, yada yada yada, which is all well and good. You know what I mean? I don't mind playing these crazy high jumping, mad routes everywhere type races. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting, it's fun, it's unique, but sometimes it's not fun. Now, I just think, this is one of the type of races like Marmite. You're either gonna love it or hate it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind having police all over me, dying in my car. And what actually was an insult to injury there is I died in my car, and where your character would normally land face first on the horn, it started beeping. Obviously my horn starts playing music, so I was like, made me even more pissed off. But obviously, regardless of what the map's like, I still want to win. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not a fan of this race at all. Don't get me wrong, he's probably going to get more love than hate. It has got the crazy jumps on it, all the action from the police, bullshit like this happening. But for me, it was just the jumps in it needed to be more, I don't know, a bit more like kind of considerate in a way, because you've got to think, right, obviously your track can't be published until you've fully tested it yourself. Now I know 90% of people are just going to test it the once, and it does have to be tested the whole way through. Test it the once, finish it, yeah, get it published so I can play it, get my friends in there type thing. But sometimes you can tell people really needed to take a bit more time with it. Now, going along these straights and these normal corners with no jump action or anything like that, everything was fine. It's just the jumps that, I don't know, it just needed a bit more thought into them. Now, say this one for example, that weren't a bad speed going over that jump, you know what I mean, considering I had to come around that corner and whatnot, and then that happens. You know what I'm saying? You've just got to think, is that jump gonna be good for everyone? Like, obviously you want people to make the jumps, and then if they don't make it, what's gonna be, the plan there. So as you see, I died stupidly. The checkpoint sets me back that close to the jump, and then I'm just like messing my car up again when I come down. How am I supposed to be in with a chance of winning? You know what I mean? The only guy who's going to win the race there is the guy who's first, not getting disturbed by another racer, and hopefully for his or her sake, managing to evade the police left, right and centre. Now, I'm not being bitchy and shit, I'm not being a little whiner. You just got to take these things into consideration if you want to make it a fair and enjoyable race for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Just like this jump, for example, you know what I mean? That's a good jump. There's very minimal chance that you're not going to make it into the centre of the road, and you've got one hell of a run up to it. But then it's like, on the off chance that someone doesn't make it, they might be scrapping with another racer and whatnot. Where they're going to get set back to, and is there any escape for them should they land anywhere else but the main road? You know what I'm saying? And then when you come back into the base now, I'm watching it now, and yeah, I don't seem to be doing too bad. I come across like I know where I'm going, but at the same time, I'm spending more time looking at my radar rather than the action ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because the checkpoints just all of a sudden are like spread so far away. It may, maybe that's because there is a limit to the checkpoints. I mean, it is a healthy limit. I'm sure it's something like 60 65 or 68, like or something like that. But obviously, if you want to use more checkpoints and make a proper, really long ass race, then you've got to spread your checkpoints, further away from each other. As you can see now, we're back on the dirt. He's got a few containers here and there to keep people from, like, well, I guess you could say shortcutting if there wasn't, checkpoints to keep you in direction anyway. So they're not, they're not completely necessary. And then we come again with another unorthodox style jump. Now, I can't grumble with this one. I do die here amazingly, which is all well and good. But see, this isn't too bad. I've died. I've no excuses. I had loads of space to land. And then you spawn, and I'm like right on the jump again now. Luckily, I managed to make it back over that fence just. But would everyone be able to do that? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be spawning on the checkpoint and having to reverse, then go back forward and jump over it. That just kills the vibe, kills the flow of the race. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all in all, no, I personally don't like that map. But my impression from the votes that it got afterwards is a lot of other people like that map, because again, not everyone is going to be like, oh, super competitive and wanting to win all the time, which fair dues. People are just playing it for fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm playing it for fun, but I want to win as well. You know what I'm saying? And as you'll see now, he does get pretty much, I think, 8 thumbs up for it. So a lot of people will like the craziness and the unorthodox style of the race, which is fair play, well done. But again, for me personally, not my style. I don't mind wild races, I don't mind crazy jumps, but just make it so, you know what I mean, you're not going to be suffering so much because other people can't drive, you know what I mean, or just because you genuinely didn't make the jump. I mean, yeah, you're going to be punished for it, but just like, think, right, he's not going to make that jump, let's put this checkpoint here, so then he's got a really good chance of making a jump next time. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my 2 cents for you. I hope you've enjoyed, excuse me, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of GTA Online Racing. Stay tuned for more. Probably get another 3 or 4 episodes before we call it a day for this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and a comment, and I'll speak to you all soon.